Okay, so today we're going to do a walkthrough on the 696. We'll start from the outside and then we'll work our way in. So the first thing we'll do is start with the dimensions. So it's 2.9 meters high, 2.3 meters wide and 7.4 meters long. Now the 2.9 meters high is not particularly high, but you do have to be aware when approaching little hump bridges. Just come out and take the center and always look to see how high the bridge is. The length, as I said, is 7.4 meters. What that means is when you turn, you do get a bit of a swing on the back, so always keep an eye in your mirrors at what the back's doing when turning. And when parking, it's always there is a reverse camera on there, but it's always good to have somebody out just to see your back to make sure you're not going to hit anything. When you park up, if you could put the mirrors in like that, just to stop them from getting knocked. Moving on down here, we have the fuel and the AdBlue filler. So you need to open the door to be able to get to it. So there's a cap here which you just push the nozzle in and fill up with diesel. Underneath it is the AdBlue. So if the AdBlue needs topping up while you're out, you'll get a light on the dash. And then if you could pull over at the garage, get some AdBlue. If you fill it up and bring the receipt back, then we'll fully refund you. Moving across to the habitation door, you'll notice that there's a stay, but the stay is not brilliant. What that means on a busy day, on a windy day, when the wind can get behind it and it will really slam the door around. So if you've got a small child or a pet there, just be careful that it's not going to swing round and hit them. These are the vents for the fridge. When you put the fridge on gas, not electric, just gas, always a good idea just to have a listen. In the bottom right corner for the flame, makes a noise like that, just so that you know it's ignited. Sometimes you can get an airlock in the system and it doesn't always ignite straight away. I think I mentioned that on a separate fridge video. Next is the toilet cassette there. Again, I have done a video on the toilet, so I won't talk through that now. Walking round to the back, here is the vent for the boiler. So when you put the boiler on gas, I always come out and have a little feel for any hot air underneath it, just to make sure that it has ignited. Up in the window at the top here, there is a micro switch in the window. So that window must be shut for the boiler to work on gas. If you're on electric, it doesn't matter, but it's to stop the carbon monoxide from filling up into the bedroom. Moving round to the garage. Inside the garage, we have 4 camping chairs, 1 camping table, 1 ladder, and that ladder is for the drop-down bed. There's a black bag there, that's got some levelling ramps in it, so that if you get onto your site and it's uneven, you can drive up a ramp and level out. And right in the back there's a container, and in that container there's a 30-meter hookup cable for connecting up the electric when you're on a site. Or there's also a hose in there, a 20-meter hose to fill up with water when you get to where you're going. Moving around to the back, we've got a four rack bike rack, so we can take 4 bikes on there. Always put the heaviest bike closest to the wall. And at the top there we have 2 reversing cameras. So one camera looks straight down onto the bike rack, so that's the one that always comes on in reverse, and then the other one is for when you're driving and it acts like a rear view camera. Next we come to the electric hookup. So when you're on your site, you get the hookup cable, and then you just put the cable on there. It does have a locking facility, so you must press the lock down when you want to release it. So there's numerous checks you do before you pull away. The first most important one is make sure that the gas is turned off, which I'll show you in just a second. Second of all, make sure that the electric hookup cable's been pulled out. And thirdly, make sure that all the windows, doors and hatches are all closed. So next we come to the gas locker. This is a refillable bottle, but you shouldn't need to refill it. if you do need to. I've left the instructions in a little bag down the side there, and then if you look here, you have a gauge to tell you how much is in there. Although that's not very accurate, there's always more in there than it says. And then this little dial here is how you turn the gas on and off. So you'll see a minus here and a plus there, so turn it to the plus to turn it on, turn it to the minus to turn it off. Next we come to the water filler. So put the key in, turn it, take the cap out, and then put the hose in, turn the hose on, and when it all gushes out, you know that it's full. It's got a 100 litre water tank in there, so that's quite a big tank, should keep you going for a while. Underneath here there's a handle, this handle here, and if you pull that out it releases the grey water, and if you push it in it seals the grey water tank. So we generally try to leave it open for as much as possible. It's all of your shower water and washing up water. We like it to go as soon as possible, just so that it doesn't smell too much in the cab. But when you get to a site, they may insist that you close it, but most campsites have got like a big mesh that you drive over, and then you could just release it there.